Maya civilization, one of the most brilliant and complex cultures of Mesoamerica, existed from approximately 2000 BC to the 16th century AD, in a vast geographical area spanning the southeast of present-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and parts of El Salvador. Reaching its peak during the so-called classical period, the Mayans made unparalleled achievements in many fields from astronomy to architecture, mathematics to writing systems. However, this civilization was not a single empire, but a network of independent city-states linked by alliances and wars. Cities such as Tikal, Calakmul, Palenque, Copan, and Chichen Itza were the political and cultural centers of the period, with pyramids, palaces, and monuments decorated with hieroglyphic inscriptions. One of the most striking features of the Mayans was the hieroglyphic writing system they developed. This system, which has been deciphered until today, was used to record history, religion, astronomy, and dynastic records. The inscriptions are found on stone steles, obelisks, ceramics, and a small number of surviving wooden codices. The Dresden Codex, the most famous of these codices, shows how advanced the Mayas' knowledge of astronomy was with its tables calculating the phases of the moon and eclipses. Indeed, the Mayans calculated the cycles of Venus with a margin of error of a few seconds and predicted solar and lunar eclipses. They used this information to organize agricultural calendars and determine the timing of religious rituals. In mathematics, they were one of the first civilizations to systematically use the concept of zero. They developed a system of representing numbers with dots and dash symbols. This numerical skill played a critical role in precise calculations in architecture and the creation of calendars. The Mayans' long count calendar measured time in cycles of 5,126 years, and although this system was popularized in popular culture with prophecies of an apocalypse in 2012, it actually symbolized the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new one. Architecture and urban planning are the most spectacular testament to the engineering skills of the Mayans. Pyramids were often aligned with astronomical events. The El Castillo Pyramid at Chichen Itza, for example, creates the illusion of the descent of the serpent, with shadows falling on its stairs at the spring and fall equinoxes. Limestone was used for the buildings and decorated with colored stucco and stucco reliefs. In addition, ball fields were located in the center of the cities. The game was not only a sporting activity, but also a ritual in which the cosmic order was restored. In some cases, it is believed that the losing side of the match was sacrificed. Their religious beliefs permeated every aspect of life. They had a polytheistic system. Gods such as Itzamna, Kukulkan, and Chak were associated with natural phenomena and human activity. Blood and sacrificial rituals were seen as critical to please the gods and maintain the balance of the universe. Nobles in particular practiced bloodletting rituals by piercing the tongue or earlobe. Kings were also believed to have divine power. Their blood served as a bridge between gods and humans. Agriculture was the basis of Maya society. The traditional agricultural system called milpa, in which corn, beans, and squash were grown, was based on controlled burning of forested areas. However, as the population grew, they developed terracing and irrigation techniques to increase productivity. Despite this, towards the end of the classical period, many cities were suddenly abandoned. The reasons for this collapse are still debated. It is thought to be a combination of factors such as overpopulation, drought, soil infertility, civil wars, or the collapse of trade routes. However, the Mayans never completely disappeared. In the post-classic period, they continued to exist in the cities of the north, and even during the Spanish occupation, they showed resistance. Today, more than 6 million people of Mayan descent in Guatemala and Mexico speak the languages of their ancestors and keep traditional rituals